Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, how to voice the radio. So today, we need to take a look at some weird new products that I wasn't expecting, and I'm going to go ahead and assume you weren't expecting either. And also some rather sad news about a rather good product if you're like me and living in the UK and other places, boo, etc. But let's start off on a high, let's start off on a happy note. Talking about the Pokémon TCG Back to School Eraser Blister. I know. And basically what we've got here is exactly what it says on the tin. We've got a blister pack with Pokémon TCG cards and an eraser shaped like a Pokémon. A rubber if you're in the UK. How cool is that? Very cool, ladies and gentlemen. Very cool indeed. It seems like there are two different versions available, one featuring Eevee and one featuring Pikachu, and what you get are two packs, plus either an eraser of Pikachu or Eevee. So obviously these aren't going to be phenomenal models to collect, because kind of the whole point of erasers is that you use them to rub out pencil. Great if you're in school and you want, a really cool way to get rid of any unwanted pencil marks. But obviously not ideal if you're going the collecting route, because what's going to happen is if you use it, it is going to start wearing down. And honestly, even if you don't use it, over time these do tend to kind of wear down, break apart, etc. So I'm not saying you cannot keep these in good condition. Maybe you can if you try. Best of luck to you. But I absolutely am saying that if you want to collect cool models, I'm not sure these are the ones to be going for. If I may be so bold as to suggest, these might actually be best used as, wait for it, erasers. I mean, they are absolutely adorable, they're clearly high quality, they clearly look awesome, but they're also very much erasers, you have been warned. Now, along with these, from the product images we've got, it seems like you get one pack of Chilling Reign, one pack of Sword and Shield. Once again, I tell you this all the time, don't rely on these. Now, that's not to say that they won't be true. I think more often than not they are, and I think it's more likely than not that what you're going to get here is what you want. Well, assuming you want Chilling Reign and Sword and Shield base, of course. But I'm saying do not take it as a guarantee. These are product images, stock images, mock-ups, call them what you will. They are not inherently reliable, and you need to make sure you remember that. We all good? Good. Now, with all of that borne in mind, Chilling Reign is a decent set. Look, by now, I'm assuming, and if I'm wrong about this, please do let me know, but I'm assuming by now, we would all rather it was Evolving Skies. We've done this a few times, looked at the sets, compared them to each other. In terms of the Sword and Shield sets, it's Evolving Skies. That is the best set we've had in the Sword and Shield era. And I don't think there's a huge amount of argument there. And even if you want to argue, go look at the price of booster boxes. I've got a video about it on my channel. Go look at the price of singles like the alternate art cards. I've got a video about that on my channel. Then come back to me, and hopefully by then you'll be like, oh yeah, what's a good point? Evolving Skies is the best set. But Chilling Reign isn't bad. It's a nice set. It's got those alternate arts. It's in the Okacheke era of artwork, which means a lot to me and I very much appreciate. It's alright. The Sword and Shield base is an interesting one, though, because we are getting to the stage where that's becoming an older set. I mean, Brilliant Stars is Sword and Shield 9, the beginning of year 3 of the Sword and Shield TCG. So you're talking about a set which is over 2 years old at this point. So it is a kind of set which is becoming a little more retro. The price is starting to creep up a bit, and this is actually a pretty cool thing. Although please do bear in mind that when we hit the rotation, kind of end of August, beginning of September, should be just before or just after Worlds, but we won't know until there's an official announcement. When that happens, all of these cards from Sword and Shield will be rotating. They won't be tournament legal. That doesn't mean you shouldn't want them and have them in your binder and all of that, but it means they're not going to be in your decks, so some people like the older cards and the fact that they're a bit harder to get hold of. Other people get annoyed that they're buying products that don't have tournament legal cards. I'm going to leave that one up to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Now, we don't have, I believe, a date or a price for this, but expect it to be around about a tenner. That seems to be about right for 2 booster packs and a little goodie. Sometimes it's coins, sometimes it's badges, here it's an eraser. And the erasers are the kind of things that are given away on Pokemon magazines, so let's not get too crazy. But there is one other thing that has been shown off. It is the Pokemon TCG Back to School pencil case. Yeah, that's right. We are going back to school, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going back to school in style. And what we have here is a sturdy tin to keep your pens and pencils organised, and 2 Pokemon TCG booster packs to expand your collection. Now, at this stage, I need to give a shout out to the lovely Immunity over on Twitter and the lovely Primal Lugia. Actually, I do think it is mostly Primal Lugia, but I like Immunity. We'll give him a shout out as well. And it seems to be that these are the same pencil cases that were included in that Carrefour EV Collector's chest over in France. That's the one we talked about a little while ago. Now, some of this did actually make its way over to the US in the end, but it seems to be this is the same pencil case we saw back then. And whereas the lunchbox was kind of cool because you got those holo promos of Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon, and remember that those are not actually, they're not holo, or at least not that kind of holo in the set normally in Vivid Voltage. So this is actually extremely cool, but also the pencil case doesn't have them. The pencil case is a pencil case with 2 booster packs in. That's it. That's what you get. And judging by the image we had from when it was in France, and again, I think it's fair to assume this is the same product, because it literally has the exact same front. It's the same tin, at least. It again looks to be Chilling Reign and Rebel Clash, which is actually worse than Sword and Shield. Rebel Clash is Sword and Shield 2. It's a second Sword and Shield set. So it's only one set 3 months newer than Sword and Shield. It's still an old set. But in the same way everybody has decided that Evolving Skies is the best set from the Sword and Shield era, Rebel Clash is pretty much universally regarded as the worst. And that is a bit of a problem. So it's worse pack-wise. But you get the tin! So it really is up to you guys. Are you interested in the tin? If so, yay! If not, skip this. Just go buy booster packs. But if you want to finish off with some bad news, unfortunately, the Pokemon TCG Arceus V figure collection has been delayed in some places, including in the UK. Now, I actually heard rumblings about this from some of my friends who own stores, but then I just got an email from the shop I pre-ordered it from, which just backed up what I'd already heard. Unfortunately, well, look, it's a little bit unclear, but basically, the distributor, which is Asmodee, have received some of their consignment of the Arceus V figure collection, or at least will get some next week. The rest of it is delayed until early June, about a month away. Now, this is supposed to be releasing this Friday. In fact, the day I record. Might be going up a day or 2 later. But this is supposed to be releasing on Friday the 6th of May. I know a bunch of people in other countries have already picked this up. Well, unfortunately, some of people in the UK, and this could affect other European territories as well, but some people in the UK are getting it at the beginning of next week, which is, up to a week late by the time it actually gets here. And other people are getting it at the beginning of June, a month late. Now, the store I pre-ordered it from, it's not a store I like using, but they were the only ones that had it up for pre-order, and I really didn't want to miss out on this amazing promo. They have emailed me saying, due to start arriving next week, and will not be available for release this week, we'll keep you updated. It's pretty bad when the shop you've pre-ordered from sends you an email explaining the delay and gives you less information than you already know. I know that I might be getting it at the beginning of next week, or it might be delayed until the beginning of June. So whoever I ordered it from, and I'm not giving them any free publicity, they could also have told me that information. But they haven't. They've just told me stock is due to start arriving with them next week, and it's not coming this week, and they'll let me know when it's gone. They haven't actually said I'm going to be getting it next week, which is pretty bad, because they've got more information than they're sharing. Now, if anybody's interested from a business standpoint, and I've taught business for many years, as I've mentioned a billion times by now, there's a really good reason they're not mentioning it. And the reason is, if I know they might not be sending it to me for a month, then I'm going to go and find somewhere else to maybe try and buy it in the meantime. If I see it in a shop or I see it in stock online, I'm going to go and buy it and cancel my pre-order. So it's not that they forgot to tell me, although I suppose that's like 1% likely, but what I think is 99% likely is that they are deliberately misleading me. They are choosing not to tell me it could be a month delay, because they're worried I'm going to try and find it elsewhere and cancel my pre-order. It's actually really disingenuous, and I don't like it at all. And I think whatever store this is, and I'm not naming them because I'm not getting any free publicity from me, I think they owe a lot more to the customers than they are giving. It's actually not cool. The good news is I do know, and if I do see it somewhere else, I will buy it and then cancel my pre-order, because I don't owe this shop anything and they're actually actively lying to me at this stage. They are deliberately not telling me it could be a month delay to try and trick me into not cancelling my pre-order. Not cool. But that business-related rant aside, it's been delayed in the UK for either a week or a month. It depends. It really depends on where you fall, and that depends on your shop and when you ordered in relation to that shop, etc., etc. So it's hard to figure out. It's hard to predict. But just know it is coming. It's been delayed. Might be delayed in other territories. I've not heard for certain one way or another. The only territory I've heard it's delayed in is the UK. And I've certainly seen people in the US that have it. And I've seen people in the Netherlands that have it. So it's not everywhere. But hey-ho. But even if that's bad news, it's alright. I showed you some pretty cool, weird products to start with. So that's at least some good news. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you think about these products. I want to know what you think about this delay. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.